We're talking about things you can find at home and things to describe your home. Apartment will be preferred in America. Okay, American English, apartment, British English, flat. A detached house, so it's a singular house. It's not attached to any other house. Okay, it's just a single home. Whereas a semi-detached house is connected to another house. So maybe you have two houses that look the same, but it's divided and you have two different groups of families living in. A cottage. You can find a cottage in the countryside, usually a cozy place. It's far from the city. A bungalow. Bungalow is the name we give when the house doesn't offer an upstairs, okay? So there are no stairs, there's only one floor, it's flat, okay? So we have the main or the master bedroom. So it's the main one, principal one, okay, the biggest one usually. The utility room, this place is where you do the laundry, is where you can do the ironing, is where you can do anything related to chores or stock things for the home. Outside the house, sometimes you have a wooden small house, and we call it shed. Is usually used to keep the tools and gardening tools and anything that you want to keep away from the house and outside from the house. You have a studio sometimes in the house, a place exclusively for hobbies or for work. There you can do your activities separated from a regular house. It's a space just for you, however you want to use it. Now, upstairs, okay, imagine that this house is so on 2 floors. On top of this house, you have the attic or the loft. It's just British in America's an American ways of saying it. You can of course store things upstairs, or you can use it as an extra living space, as you please. And down, okay, under the ground level, you can have the cellar or you can have the basement. Usually cellars have windows, it's a living space underneath the house. But basement is usually a place with no windows, it's closed, it's basically a storage part of the house. So it depends on how you use it. You have the hall or the hallway, the first thing you see to enter the house, right? And you have the porch, a little covered space right before the door. It's where you have the doorbell to protect people from the rain. It's a very nice space. If you have a big porch, you can sit down and enjoy a good glass of wine. Why not? Let's see some objects you can find in the house. A remote control to turn on and off the TV. A phone charger, and I believe everyone carries them around. We have a PowerPoint in British English and outlet in American English, meaning the place you have on your wall, you can plug things in order to get electricity. Okay, it's like a plug on the wall. That's it. That is called PowerPoint or outlet. So you need one of these, which is the same thing, to connect your phone charger to electricity. Okay. You have the ironing board, which could be one of the most boring activities in the house, is where you can iron your clothes. That's a board, but it's a specific board, right? Unfortunately, not a surfboard, it's an ironing board. And right here we have the grater. The grater is in the kitchen. You can use this to grate cheese or any sort of vegetable to make it not minced, but just grate. You can grate cheese and put on top of spaghetti, for example. You have the chopping board. Again, another board, but this one is to chop when you need to cut vegetables or fruits or anything that you're about to cook. You can chop it into pieces on this board. You have a cork screw. This is the tool used to open wine. Okay, so you grab your corkscrew and you pop the wine. That little part, that's the cork. Okay, you take the cork out of the bottle. And you have finally a dustpan. And you can just sweep dust off your things, or the floor, of the tables, and it comes along with the dusting pen. Okay, it's mixed, very useful to have at home. It's very important to say, and here's a tip, everything related to the house, including chores, things that are repetitive, rather than using creativity to do it, you do it. You do the house cleaning, you do the chores, you do the dishes, you do the washing up. Okay, you don't make them. The only exception is the bed, because I create my bed the way I like, with 2 pillows or 1 pillow, 1 duvet, and you can have a comforter. So we make the bed when we wake up. You make and leave it tidy, okay? So this is make the bed, and the chores in the house, you do them. If you're watching us on YouTube, that's it for now, but make sure you enroll to our platform where you can find the summarizing chart of this lesson. You have pronunciation exercises, many things to keep practicing, and many other topics to choose from. See you then.